What's up, guys? This is Valentina with Bigger Creations, and today I'm going to show you how I make my 808s bump. There's just nothing quite like listening to a song where you can just feel the 808 hit hard. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's actually not that complicated, but there are a few little tips and tricks and techniques that'll help your 808s really stand out in the mix without overpowering the rest of your song. So I'm going to jump right into it. I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. So first, I'm going to show you the beat I'm working on. If you go later in the beat, I do a slightly different 808 pattern. So that's what it sounds like. Let me show you what I did to the 808 in the bass to make it really hit hard. This is what it sounds like without any effects. It's going to be really, really low in volume based off of how I have my mix here. So I'm just going to put my volume back up to 0 so you can hear what it sounds like without any effects on it. The first thing I do is I add a channel EQ. If you go under this drop down, EQ tools, bass boost. This is the bass boost you want to add. And this is what that looks like in the EQ. And you'll notice right away it sounds a little bit better. And see how it's peaking. So it helped a little bit with the volume, clearly, because we bumped these frequencies. So I'll just lower it a little. This is my go-to for this sound of 808, and I go to Compressor by Type, FET, Electric Bass, and here are my settings. Now, this is where you're going to notice the most volume change, so I'm just going to move this out of the way for a second. You'll notice it's going to be a lot louder. The last thing that I like to add to my 808 is a distortion. So if you go into distortion, distortion 2, stereo, this is what you get. And these are the settings I put on this one. And it just makes it sound a little bit more fat as a bass sound. So that's all I have for the 808, but you'll notice even without this basement sound here, if I play the whole mix and put this back to the right, that's 16.4, should be about good. So it's already sounding pretty good. Now, what I like to do is kind of add another bass sound to my 808s, just to kind of help it not just be a straight 808. So I have this sound that's called Basement. This is totally stock as well, legacy sounds, so just from the original Logic Pro sounds, Remix Tools, bass, Basement. So the Basement sound actually just comes with these settings already on it to make it sound the way it does. So this is what it sounds like. So now if we listen to this, it sounds a lot better than it did before. Now, just to make the beat sound a little better, I just put some light mastering on here. Put a multipressor. This is what my settings look like. And then I added a stereo spread. And most commonly, you want to add the spread more on the higher frequencies rather than the lower frequencies, because you want the low frequencies to be equally coming through both ears. And it just helps make it feel a little bit more balanced to have a consistent sound of bass between both ears rather than one left or right. So I usually just spread the stereo, but again, it depends on the type of style and sound you're going for. But most commonly, it's kind of a rule to just spread the top frequencies. And then I added a limiter just to make sure it's not peaking and that everything is hitting at a consistent volume, aside from just adding the compressor that we did. So this is what it sounds like with those simple steps. So there you have it, guys. Simple steps to make your 808s really bump and stand out in the mix, but not overpower everything else in your mix. Let me know if there are other tips and tricks that you want me to share with you. Put it in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and keep making beats.